Hello and welcome, broadcasting to you live from the Orion spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, somewhere. Normally I have something clever to say there. Maybe I don't right now. We're at a different time. The rhythm has changed. The rhythm is different. And so is my intro. But thank you for being here. Today is Tuesday, August. My God, is it the 18th already? It is Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. And this right here, the thing that you are watching, is called the TNAM Daily Show here on the new American media, because the old American media has failed you. On today's program, well, what's going to happen? As fall approaches, are we going to see the fall of the deep state in the midterms? Well, we're getting some results, and some of these results are surprising. Good evening, Rob Conrad. Good evening, Dina. Good evening, Hizzy. Hizzy. Ortho. Never leave your cave without your club. Always great for the catchphrase. So we're going to roll through our X account. I think we figured out what was going on. Some of our stories were disappearing. And I think what was happening is you need to quote tweet something for it to show up in your profile. I don't know where just retweets were showing, but we're going for it. I think we figured it out. We're going to test that theory tonight. But grab your favorite beverage and buckle up buttercups. The TNAM Daily Show starts right now.
Your guide to the truth, thenewamericanmedia.com.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Yeah, there's a new glitch on Facebook. I have to wait until the show starts to add the channel. It's really weird. But I'm telling you, every day it's something new here. Every day it's something new. I am Hizzy. I shall have a nutter butter. Hizzy, do I know you? I think do I know you, Hizzy? You and your nutter butters? Anyway, thanks for being here. Late night show. Good times. I believe the plan tomorrow is to do the show at noon. Thursday will likely be an evening show. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna catch different eyes and different ears at different times of the day. That's just how it goes. I'm okay with it. It's different. Actually, I can't see my show on YouTube. Trying to see if everything is up and going. Man, Hey, am I the only one? Tell me in chat. Yes, you know me. The Nutter Butter Bar, which is much, much better. Wait, Hizzy, you got to give me some clues. You got to give me some clues. Unless your name is Nutter Butter. In which case, you could only be one person that I know. Mint Oreos. Folks, whatever you're into, have at it. Sipping on some coffee drink here. Trying to fuel up. Mint Oreos, huh? All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and pull up our profile on X. That's where we're going to put our stories for you to see. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way, however you happen to be watching. Oh, okay. You're saying I just know you from chat. Where are you located, Hizzy? I don't mean your exact GPS coordinates. I just mean like what. And so you're not somebody that I know in actual person or in actual life. But I do know you from chat. Nutter Butters, tonight's subject. Yes, breaking news. Nutter Butter is much, much better. Okay, no more free advertisements, all right? No more Oreos, no more Nutter Butter. If Little Debbie and, I don't know, what is it, Nabisco want to become sponsors, so be it. But until then, no more free advertising, you dig? From the great state of Massachusetts. I once got lost in Sandwich, Massachusetts. And I went to a Cleveland Browns butt whooping in the Patriots Stadium. And my cat is making a ton of noise in the other room, Mr. Bean. He knows he's welcome in here. But if he's not going to jump in, I don't know what to say. He's just meowing, meowing, meowing. But it's okay. Who do we got live in chat? Let's get some comments in Rumble. Hey, hey. All right. I think we're locked and loaded. Let's start going through the stories, shall we? Oh, yeah, by the way, let me just tell you, pinned at the top of our X account at American_media_ is our Patreon page. Let me put this up for you to see. I'm going to be your humble bartender today, talking about the stories on the screens behind me. And I work off tips. It's all free. Have a great time. But if you have an exemplary time in the program tonight, please consider signing up to become a monthly sponsor like so many of you have on the various platforms. Patreon, Rumble, and YouTube lets you sign up for like $1,000 a month, $100 a month, $50 a month, $20 a month, as little as $5 a month. You set it and forget it, and it might not, $5 a month might not mean like a lot to you, or 20 or 50 or 100. Maybe that's not a big deal, but you know what? Cumulatively, that helps us pay our Restream yearly bill. That comes in March. What we had to pay this month was our yearly X account bill. We can't stream on X unless we pay for X Premium. I forget what they even call it. Every damn site has a insider, a club to join, or, you know, everybody's got their thing, which is cool. But I can't remember the names of, is it a reel? Is it a post? Is it a story? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it TikTok? Is it, I don't know. Is it a short? I don't know. It's just whatever the thing on YouTube is, whatever the thing on Facebook is. A story and a highlight. I don't know. I don't know what any of these things are. They're too tough to keep track of. But what is easy to keep track of is signing up, Patreon, Rumble, or YouTube. If you want to drop a one-time tip, Rumble rant, or super chat on Rumble or YouTube accordingly, please do so. And if you haven't linked up your card so you can do that when you feel moved to do so with a funny joke or an interesting story or a clever point or some witty analysis, or maybe I'm just so doggone charming, you're like, hey, I want to help this feller out. I like the cut of his jib. You got to link a card to your YouTube or your Rumble, and then you just clickety click and you toss some silver coins into my tip jar back there by the POS system. You can also do PayPal, Rumble, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. It's all scrolling at the bottom. But yeah, pinned right there. That's our Patreon on X. All right, first story. Yeah. What is this? This is the Plano School Board in Texas. What's this lady got to say? You know, be very careful of where you're letting your kids spend all your time. Just play, volume.
Board of Trustees authorizes the district administration to issue the notice of proposed termination and non-renewal in the alternative to term contract employee Jennifer King. I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand.
And
that's 7 hands up. That motion passes unanimously.
Unanimously. Well, who's this feller? Well, they fired elementary school principal Jennifer King after she reportedly failed to report SUL misconduct allegations. I'm saying it that way intentionally. SUL misconduct allegations that were brought against a second grade teacher named Paul Campbell. Oh, well, you fired. You earned it. You earned it. Protect the kids. Try to homeschool if you can. Because if you homeschool, you might get arithmetic. Well, in arithmetic, moving on to Florida, Eric Daughtry saying polls just closed in Florida. This was a couple hours ago. And the turnout is deep red. Republicans plus 13. That's good. Now, that is, I do have a question, and maybe I'll have time tomorrow to do a little bit more analysis. How does that compare to Florida's numbers 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago? 6 years ago will basically take you into pandemic territory of 2020. 2018, I'd actually like to see 2018 and 2016. Why not? Go back to when Trump came in. Because during the COVID craziness, people flooded to Tennessee, Texas, and Florida, the free states. People hemorrhaged out of Illinois, California, New York, the tyrannical states. It couldn't really be much more obvious. Come here, buddy. Let's see if Mr. Bean wants to make an appearance in today. Hey, come on. Come on, everybody's here. Yeah, I know. Come on. Atta boy. Come on. Let's see if I can finagle Mr. Bean. Hi. Here, come on up. He's right here. He doesn't normally hang out for the show, but I hope he does today. Come here. All right. Well, if we can get him on, we'll get him on. Oh, and hello, Shelly, over there in Rumble World. Happy to have you. Shelly, it was you, right? I believe it was Shelly that brought a Rumble raid over from the Stinchfield show. Please remind me, please tell me I'm not confusing our Rumble Raiders. That was much appreciated. Go check out Stinchfield, of course. But I would like to go back and look at what Florida did the past several elections, because I'm wondering if Florida, because I'm seeing reports that Florida real estate, there's a lot more sellers than buyers. Here's the kick and the caveat, though. I believe that's happening a lot of places. And what you have is a lot of people are locked into really cheap 3% loans from the pandemic, and they're stuck. They can't go get a comparable house at that value. They're going to be flushing $500 to $1,000 of stupid interest payments down the toilet. And with interest rates being high, they're not high right now. They were high under Jimmy Carter. They're totally fine now. This is normal. 6% is the new normal. 6.5. Fuck it. Make it 7. No, it's not normal. What about this 12-month same as cash? Sign up today on the Home Depot card and you'll pay no interest for 2 years. Why are we paying 90% of our mortgage payment to fucking interest? Have you looked at the amortization schedule? So, this is a massive pet peeve of mine. In what other universe do you purchase something and they say, well, We're just going to make sure you pay double, maybe triple, maybe quadruple. I don't know. Depending on the interest rate, it's all a little variable. But for every $8 you spend on interest, for every $8 you spend on interest, you get $2 on principal. How about for our solitary home, 0% interest? Okay, you want to call it half a point of interest? Maybe 1%. Tell you what, let's say the private capital that's driving it wants to make some money on these hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars of mortgage loans. Call it 2%, capped at 2%. 1% goes to profit. Well, if I put my money over here, I'm going to make 1% on these loans, and they're going to keep them for 30 years. And where it's going to compound? I don't know. Do your math. Run your math. Do your thing. Dare I say, I don't want to say this because it's ridiculous, and I know it's going to come back to bite me. Okay, I'm not advocating. I'm just spitballing here. Government program, or how about like in not as good as it gets. What is it? Every time a bell rings, an angel gets. It's a Wonderful Life. As good as it gets, it's a Wonderful Life. Well, I don't have your money. It's in his house, and it's in her house. You can't make a run on the bank. Like, I don't have your money. I loaned it out. Okay. Why can't there be some sort of a collective for first-time home buyers? And let me correct that. I don't mean first time. Just for your principal residence. Why can't there be some sort of pool? Because if you're in your principal residence and you got a mortgage, why can't they all kind of lean on each other? 2% capped interest rates, just barely. Get these. Do you know the economic engine that will be unlocked when people don't have to pay mortgage and rent payments to themselves? Isn't that one of your number one expenses, housing? As soon as a home is paid off, that just unlocks everything. You don't have to be a slave. You don't have to work 2 jobs, but the bankers love it. And the corrupt politicians love it. So I'm just hoping we can get back to something like at those 3%. 3%'s higher than I want to allow. But you know what? I think 3% would just unlock massive economic opportunity at this point. Well, no, it'll cause inflation. This private Western central bank thing is it's trash. It's trash everywhere it happens. The number one expenditure in federal government, if I'm recalling this conversation and talking point correctly, it's servicing the debt. 39 trillion. The number one thing that's happening is we've borrowed too much. We can't pay it back. And now we're in a debt spiral, just corkscrewing ourselves into the ground. We're done. We are chained. We are chained to an anvil, and the anvil has been chucked off of the bridge. What do you think comes next? Well, it's in slow motion. We're watching it happen, but it's tied to our waist. If it doesn't rip us in two, it's going to drag us under. So yeah, maybe stable coins are going to be different. Yeah, maybe a revaluation would be different. Yeah, maybe looking at gold and creating some sort of gold-backed currency that we don't take out at interest. Why the hell why are we borrowing our own money? Do you understand how controlled the United States is? When you have to borrow your own money, you don't borrow your own money. You're supposed to have a sane system. We don't. We don't. But look, back to Florida, because I could talk about this all night. Oh, now hold on. Tango Liberty says, anyone want a cabin in the Blue Ridge Mountains? Huh, 174.9. Nice. What's that? What kind of acreage are we talking, Tango Liberty? What kind of acreage? Kind of curious. Tango's locked in at 5% fixed veteran stuff. That should be 1%. Like, why? Okay. And if there was a little bit of interest, all right, a little bit of a carrying fee. But if you're paying $10, $9 should be going to your principal to pay it down. $1 for the bank, for the lender. But it's the opposite. $9 go to the bank, and it's like you pay year after year after year, and you go, holy shit, I've been making payments for half a decade. My mortgage has gone down $1,200 in principal. Am I living in a cuckoo clock? There's no way you get ahead in a system like that. And maybe that's the point. But look, back to the point of real estate in Florida. Republicans crushed. So what are the midterms teaching us? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I think nationwide, it used to be a seller's market. I believe now it's a buyer's market, but it's not quite a buyer's market because the interest rate sucks. So you're just kind of stuck. Go on YouTube and look up Jordan Maxwell Brian Engelman. That would be me. Several years ago, I sat down with Jordan Maxwell, and really interesting feller. May he rest in peace. I've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of people who have passed away. And I hope you go check out our archive. Everybody subscribe to the New American Media channel on Instagram, X, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Oh, and by the way, our podcast is called The Agree to Disagree Show. Please subscribe to that on your platform. Like right now, please click open a tab and subscribe to our podcast. But yeah, Jordan Maxwell, Jim Mars, Charlie Kirk, Wayne Static. I don't have a comprehensive list. I'm trying to think who Alan Combs. Remember Hannity and Combs? Interviewed that guy briefly. But yeah, a lot of people have passed away that I've talked to. And you leave interesting time capsule conversations behind. Oh, Sean David Morton. Anyway, he talks about money flowing. Money flows. And where does it flow? Oh, it flows on a current. See, it's called currency. It's called a currency. Currency. It flows. Money flows. And what keeps it flowing? The banks. The banks are the edges of where the money flows in the currency. It was so much wordplay. It was very clever wordplay. It was a very interesting dissertation. And, you know, the cool thing about talking with Jordan Maxwell was I talked with him off air, just hanging out, having drinks at the Conscious Life Expo for hours. Such an interesting dude. But yeah, check that archived show out. It's a pretty good one. All right, let's keep going. Republicans plus 13 on election day. Holy shit. Democrats got 397,000 votes in their primaries. Republicans, 785. 1.266 million for Democrats, 1.7 for Republicans. So yeah, election day voters are trending red, and it's been that way for a while. I don't like this. You have a full month to vote. Like, just make it make sense, you know? Just show up on election day. I don't like a month to vote. I know it's easy, but it opens up so much fraud opportunity. Anyway, Eric Daughtry says this is great news. Republicans are overperforming before November, where we need a red sweep to pick up 4 houses thanks to Governor Ron DeSantis's redistricting. There's a bunch of loser states that didn't do the corrective districting. And they should have, which is a doggone shame. Also a shame. Tango Liberty. Hey, man, thoughts and prayers. Sorry to hear that. You lost a lifelong friend last night. R.I.P. Jerry Wilson, an Ohio veteran hero. Well, Tango, I'm from Ohio. Do you know what part Jerry was from? Prayers to you, buddy. Tango Liberty. And prayers for Jerry Wilson and the people who loved him. I love you too. Are you going to come onto the show? Or are you just going to go yap over there so everybody can hear you in the background? Do you hear Ben? There he is. Yes, everybody in chat put R.I.P. Jerry Wilson. Oh, Dayton, yeah. I've spent a lot of time around Dayton, that's for sure. Got to see Mitch Hedberg perform down there. Anyway, that's a strong performance from Republicans in Florida, set to pick up 4 House seats with the redistricting where they're not basing it on race, you know, like you're supposed to do. Good job, Ron DeSantis. Ron is not really in the running for 2028, is he? He's not going to be governor. Maybe he will run. But it sort of feels like a Rubio or J.D. Vance ticket. I don't know if there's room for DeSantis because DeSantis played his cards wrong. You know, he saw a weakness in President Trump and he started bashing him. And you're like, dude, the deep state is trying to destroy Trump. And instead of circling the wagons and helping him, you're like piling on to become the party's nominee in 2023. And people like me remember that. It's almost unforgivable. Oh, Leanne saying you can still listen to Jordan Maxwell on YouTube. Yep. Go on YouTube and type Brian Engelman, your friendly neighborhood bartender, and Jordan Maxwell. I also had another video that I did, a sit down with him and Sean David Morton. May they both rest in peace. Something with the audio didn't come out right. And if I had the right software, I could filter out the room noise and get to the audio. I've meant to do that, but I'm not really an audio engineer. But this was hanging out over pizza and drinks at Conscious Life Expo for a couple of hours. I think I uploaded the video. It's almost unlistenable, but it's there. I'm sure the audio could be fed into a program and strip out the background noise. No, I don't think Kenneth, Ortho, we can't call Kenneth. Oh, by the way, hello, Unholy Hoax. Damn those daggum Dems. See, that might be it. Because we say, damn the dirty Dems, right? That's one of the phrases we use often. But the daggum, I'm Tim Burchett. And I'll leave the lights on for you. Daggum it. Tango, I had a sit down with, I don't know if any of you out there follow Anomaly, political pundit, hip hop artist. He and I had been to several different events across Los Angeles over the years, and have a fun time hanging with AJ. He's an interesting fella, but he seemed to be pretty in the Ron DeSantis camp. And I was not turning on President Trump because I'm like, I see I see the political hit job happening. I'm not doing it. We had a big talk about that. But yeah, but when we sat down in Anaheim, I just, what are you doing, DeSantis? I don't get what you're doing. Why are you turning on Trump? I get it. You got to knock out your closest opponent if you want to get the nomination, but buddy, read the room. We all saw what happened in 2020. We're not buying in the J6 insurrection bullshit. Oh, by the way, fun fact, go on our X account. I think it's on X. Go on Facebook. Doggone it. Okay. On YouTube, open up a window and type in news, the number 2, and share. News to share. Yours truly contributed a significant amount of January 6th footage. Yes, we were there. And yes, we filmed the mostly peaceful protest. And there's a project called The Fall of the Boogaloo. The Fall of the Boogaloo. you will see in episode 3 of this documentary series a lot of our original footage. Go follow news, the number 2 share, please. But yeah, Tango Liberty, when DeSantis turned on Trump, it was just a miscalculation. And so Ron DeSantis, I started calling him Little Ronnie D. Oh, I was so angry at him. And he's so good in Florida. Just stay good in Florida. My God, wait your turn. Like, help. If you let the deep state take out the billionaire Trump, what do you think they're gonna do to you, little Ronnie D? What do you think they're gonna do to you, pal? I love DeSantis in Florida. I hated him on the national stage, but he's pretty good. Question of the day: who would you like to see become the Republican nominee for 2028? Rubio, Vance, DeSantis, other. Mr. Ben, buddy. It's off the rails. It's an evening show. Can you hear him in the other room? I'm going to have to close the office door. Anyway, I digress. Okay, what's this? Richard H. Ebright says Fauci senior advisor David Morenz pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit offenses and defraud the United States in connection with conspiring with Fauci, Daszak, Kush, and others to defraud the public about NIH-funded gain-of-function research and the origin of COVID. Cheryl Atkinson says, this seems like big news. Can we please indict everyone not named Fauci that was lying to us through public policy to shut down our conversations about Fenben, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, monoclonal antibodies, the Merck protocol, the Chinese lab, the potentially intentional Chinese lab release. I'm not calling it a leak. Don't give them that credit. Our words really matter, people. They really matter. I had a friend say, what are you talking about? I was like, hey, what are you doing for 4th of July? He goes, 4th of July? What are you doing? I said, yeah, 4th of July. It's not 4th of July. It's Independence Day. Words matter. Remember, speak it. It's about being independent. It's not about a date on a calendar. It's about our independence. Call it Independence Day. I like that. I'm going to adopt that. You might be, well, let me not speak ill of the person whose wise counsel I took. But while I might not live my normal existence in many of the ways that this person does, I liked that point and I adopted it. Hello, Arn. Happy to have you. Yes, it's a surprise seeing me on so late, but I do tell everybody regularly, but Arn is relatively new to the program. Rob is relatively new to the program. Dina is relatively new to the program. Shelly, relatively new to the program. Like, this is good. We're getting some fresh energy. But I do tell people over the years, please be advised that at any moment, because I live a life, I have random things that come up, just like everybody does. But because I'm not beholden to someone else, I can do a show at noon. I can do a show at 6 a.m. I can do a show at midnight till 6 a.m. It doesn't matter. I can do that thing. But yeah, maybe the show will be evening, long-term, steady, coming up soon. Maybe it'll stay at noon. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it is a little surprising to me as well that I'm doing a show this late. But it shouldn't be surprising that we were lied to about COVID, but for the love of God, Department of Justice, drop the hammer already. You gotta drop the hammer. Please, 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 please. We have to indict the people that were messing with our public health. Come on. Come on. Now he's right here. Come on, buddy. Hey, we want to see you on the, come here. We want to see you on the program. He's been up on the desk before. You hear him yapping? I can't stop it. Let's see. Who Tango Liberty says he likes Rubio. He's pretty impressive. Rob says maybe Rubio Vance, or unsure. Rubio's impressive, says Dina. All business. Yeah, look, theoretically, hypothetically, I'd be okay with a DeSantis. Although, seriously, that turning on Trump thing, I was like, what deep state? Remember when Fox News, was it Sean Hannity? They had a special debate that nobody asked for. Here's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom versus Ron DeSantis. It's like, who wants to see this? Trump's like, I'm not going to do the debates. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead. Have your little pity party. Whatever you want to call it. I am the guy. Vote for me. He didn't even do the dog and pony show, but Fox News really wanted to be done with Trump. And if you recall, it was Chris Wallace. Remember during the Fox debates in 2020, he repeated the fine people hoax with President Trump. In the debate with Biden, it's like, whose side are you on? I'm on no sides. I'm an independent journalist. Bullshit. Fox, you're supposed to be the one non-wacky globalist network out of the biggins. But no, you went full deep state. Screw you, I'm done, Fox. Don't need it. I haven't really watched it since. I really haven't. I haven't even had cable for forever, it feels like. Well, thank you, Hizzy. Yeah, sometimes I fall into impression mode and I live there. I really love look, when I start doing the Barack Obama, I think there's something to the cadence. It kind of, look, the inflection, the tempo, it kind of, it kind of gives you the old okie doke. It kind of goes up, kind of goes down. They say it's a little bit like when our former chef went out into about 6 inches of water. Okay. Yep. They're telling me it might have got to about 7 feet deep in some of that area, but look, maybe even deeper. But our former chef went out paddleboarding, and maybe it was a vast right-wing conspiracy, but maybe that water kind of, took him down. Now, it had the conspiracy realm. You see those folks out there all the time, and Michelle, she tells me, I've never been proud of this country. When Barack was elected, that was the first time I've felt proud to be an American. But look, back to the chef. That water was up and down. That's what I'm getting at. Kind of like the timing, the tempo, and some of the words that I say. I love it. And like I'll like fall. And by the way, out of all my Obamas tonight, I'm feeling like that was on the weekend, not the artist the weekend, on the weaker end of my performances. I'll have to get my chops back. But thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the impression of Trump. I love doing my Bobby Kennedy too. Maybe there'll be a Bobby Kennedy story and I could jump in there. I'll see if I can make that happen. Dina's asking, what's going on with Alex and MGT and Massey and Tucker and Candace? And who are the other big name defectors? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. What are we supposed to do? Vote Democrat? What alternative is there at this point? That's the problem. That's the thing I don't quite understand. I do have to say, I have no idea what the weekend sounds like. That is funny. Look, Dina, look, this type of stuff, I told Joe Biden, there's some sort of thing going on with, and Obama does stutter like a mother effer. Look, when I'm off teleprompter, it gets a little dicey. But, Dina here talking about, Michelle Michael made you dang rich. Look, that's a fair critique. But the part where you kind of call my wife by a guy's name, look, that is, when they go low, hold on. Are we supposed to go higher or are we going lower? Because the Democratic Socialists, the DSA, they're just taking their damn Scooby-Doo masks off now. Yeah, because Muslim Brotherhood, William Ayers, the domestic terrorists, the Reverend Jeremiah Wright, goddamn America, not God bless America. Can I finally be, like Zach De La Roca, and just be the radical that I've always been? Or do I still need to, keep up this charade? Fuck. All right. I got to keep up the charade. Anyway. All right. I got to get out of impersonation mode. I'm feeling loopy, folks. At least Mr. Bean has calmed down. Obama used stuttering to his advantage like he had a light bulb moment. Look, Hizzy. Do you hear him? Ben, I've offered multiple times that you come join the broadcast. Yeah, come on in. Oh, Dina forgot Candace. Yeah, you got to add Candace to the list. There's several. Megyn Kelly is pretty iffy. But yeah, Obama is stuttering. I'm a method actor. A little bit. Welcome back, Brian. Look, for the duration of the show, I'm not going to be doing any more impressions. Look, in Health and Human Services, we've determined that doing too many voices, like your mom said, maybe when you were in elementary school, don't make silly faces or else it might stay that way. We've learned in Health and Human Services that if you do certain impressions, your voice might stay that way as well. Anyway. All right. So please indict the people that you can over the COVID lies. That's the point there. Let's keep it going. Gun Owners of America say Judge Reed O'Connor strikes down Joe Biden. Can you believe we were subjected to 4 years of that crap because of what they did in 2020? Judge Reed O'Connor, according to Gun Owners of America, strikes down Joe Biden's ghost gun ban after SCOTUS upheld it on statutory grounds in Vanderstrook v. Garland. Oh, Merrick Garland. Go after him. The final rule is unconstitutional under the Second Amendment and void for vagueness. Void for vagueness under the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment. Bravo. It seems like Gun Owners of America has overtaken the NRA as the premier Second Amendment organization. We're getting some. Come on. Buddy, you got to come over here. Come on. I want to lift you up right here. Come on. He just wants attention over there. He's been fed too. I don't know what to tell you. Tango Larry. Good, Brian. Das ist gut, RFK and obey me. Obey me is Obama. Obummer. Obey me. I've never seen that. I love doing impressions. I feel like it's something I need to work out daily. Like you're gonna do your bicep curls, and you just gotta kind of keep them going. I feel like I need to do exercises. I got to see Frank Caliendo perform somewhat recently, quasi recently. Man, that guy is great at voices. I really would like to level that up a little bit. But yeah, I do a little method acting. We're just having fun here. We're having a fun late night hang, aren't we? All right, so what is this? Steven Crowder put this out. Oh, no. So there's this lady, Lindsay Clancy. Have you been following the Lindsay Clancy case? That's tough to say. You've been following the Lindsay Clancy case? Colin Rugg reports over 25,000 Lindsay Clancy's fans have now raised more than $835,000 after she admitted to emmering her 3 young children. The GoFundMe account has been flooded with positive messages from her female supporters who are convinced that she is the victim. Hizzy. I think my Scooby-Doo was decent. It's a Mario. Oh, I'd love to hear a Yoshi. Oh, Misa no do Jaja Binks. Oh, I can do a Mickey Mouse. That's a little bit like Tucker. I love watching Frank Caliendo talk about voices, and he has like starter phrases. Oh, what's the one for Morgan Freeman? Oh. And it like sets the tone for how you find the right spot. Yeah. Anyway, Steven Crowder says liberal women's suicidal empathy here at its finest. She offs her 3 kids and raises almost $1 million for it. But if you look at the situation, I'm just now jumping into this case, and I'm hearing things, and I haven't studied up on it. Tell me in chat, what are you following the Lindsay Clancy case? And are you sympathetic to her being just prescribed a massive cocktail of perhaps recklessly prescribed drug cocktail concoctions that might have helped break her brain? Or do you blame the mom or the father for not being present and not heeding the warning signs? Are they guilty and she's the victim? I don't know, man. I don't know how bad a day I would have to be having to decide to just off 3 of my cats. Let me just start with that. That's just Inconceivable. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. I couldn't even fathom a world where I would do that, let alone my 3 children. I just don't even know how you get past that and how you gain. I mean, it's sad, but it's monstrous behavior. Why would you donate to that? Speaking of donation, if you'd like to become a supporter of the show, you have monthly subscriptions on Patreon, Rumble, and YouTube. You can drop Rumble rant tips, Super Chat tips, Venmo, Cash App at Brian Engelman, or PayPal, fuzzinstallment@yahoo.com. Or if you're Arn, we did Western Union, buddy. Appreciate you. That was awesome, too. Yeah, we'll take payment in smoke signals and carrier pigeons and Western Union. Hi guy. Oh, I missed you. You're doing so good. There, we gotta show you who's been making all the noise. Hi guy. Mr. Bean is stepping on the computer. That's very good of you. You just want to be a part of the show, huh? Good. Now Mr. Bean is with us. Aw, my guy. Mwah. There's no universe where I could be having a bad day and off my cat. Like that's just a non-starter. That's not a thing. So I don't know how we gain sympathy for a mom that offs her 3 kids. Where do you? It's a universe I can't even fathom. But listening to the story, I had him by his pause button. Paws. He's got those big old paws. That was one of the lines on one of the early Madden football games, the video games. Paws. He's got those big old paws. They'd record like 300 different lines and they'd use them over and over. Yeah, the pause button. That's clever. That's clever. I'm trying to think of something with a tail or whiskers. I don't know. Oh, Mr. Ben is loving the scritches. I wish you could see this. You could. I could spin it. But man, he is getting scritched. There you go. Now he's in frame. All right. Are we good now? We good now, buddy? Good. He's a blur. Well, look, more than one person has commented here before. Look, Mr. Ben or Bean, he's got a couple of names, kind of like Barry Soetoro or, Barack Hussein Obama. And just like Mr. Ben, look, I'm half white and half black. We got some similarities, Mr. Cat. Maybe you could help me pick my, my Final Four bracket next year. The rubes out there seem to really like when I seem like one of the regular folks. Yeah, very Sylvester-y. But he actually, can I get you to look this way? He's got this real pink nose. He reminds me like a little rabbit. This is a totally different show at nighttime. Maybe it's exactly the same, but maybe it's not. I know my energy's different at night. I know that it is. Oh my gosh, he's getting the scritches. He's a blur. Ortho says M is just that. M. Skirter is skirter. Capital punishment when children are involved. Do you agree? You can give me a nose kiss? Nope. He doesn't really do that. He doesn't. Nimbus, I miss Nimbus. May he rest in peace. But Nimbus I'd go like this, and he'd put his nose on my nose like this. Oh, I tricked you. Just nose to nose. It's okay. The banter is nice. Good. Ben or Bean? Well, He was named after. No, Arn. No. Mr. Bean is about 17 years old. He's been with me a while. Mr. Nimbus for about 20 years. Ben and Nimbus were roommates. Now he's got full reign. King of the household. Man, you are shedding. I gotta brush you, buddy. I don't know if you can hear him purring, but if I had my condenser mic, it might be rattling your eardrums. No, this is good. He's having fun. He's up here, loving life, drooling a little bit. No, it's not another cat. Hi, guy. Mwah. Oh, so 4 cats started sleeping on my front porch in Los Angeles. And we named 3 of them. Then there was this guy. And the conversation was, well, you got She-Bound, you have Leto, you have Aster, and then the other one. What should we name the other one? We were watching that TV show Lost. And the group of the others, people that weren't on the airplane, they were called the Others. And the leader of the Others was Ben. So, your question here, Dina, is it Ben? Wait, hold on. What is this on the screen? How do I get this off the screen? There we go. Is it Ben or is it Mr. Bean? It's both. Ben turned into Bean. And then, of course, Mr. Bean. Bean. Yeah. He's a good boy. I love him already. I love him too. My left hand on the he's going like this. Purring on my hand. He's being very sweet right now. Anyway. Yeah, I got to dig into this Lindsay Clancy thing a little bit, but yeah, she tried to off herself and then jumped off, and now she's partially. It's just an absolute mess. But what type of sympathy do you have for the person that offed Irina Zarutska? 0. Yeah, but he was going through something that day. I don't give a shit. 0 F's given. None. Why am I supposed to be sympathetic here? Oh, it's because race is involved. Oh, it's because it's a woman and not a man. No. I don't know. This story's just foul, disturbing, and I'll look into it. But before I wrap, one more thought. Do you have type in the comments? Do you have any thoughts on Lindsay Clancy? Have you been following the case? Ortho gave me his thoughts. If any of the rest of you have thoughts on it, please type it below. I will try to read them. Oh, wait. Where's the... how does this work? Where's the... That is really weird. I can't see comments. Why would I not be able to see comments? I got all my playback screens going here. But I'll look into this story a little bit more, but I couldn't envision a universe where I would snap and hurt one of my cats, let alone 3 of my kids. So, yeah. Anyway, that case is a raging. Okay, check this out. Gateway Pundit reports outrage in Virginia. An Islamic illegal alien has been found not guilty by reason of insanity in a landlord's K-ing. So you got an Islamist illegal alien who offs his landlord, and then he's let go by reason of he's so crazy, you can't hold him accountable for his actions. Cool. Let's just let them do whatever they want all the time. It worked out so well the last time, didn't it? Let's do that. Let's do more of that. No. For the love of God, no. No, 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 no. Anyway, the illegal alien. This isn't funny at all. The state hospital. So he didn't go to jail. He goes to a state hospital. Well, I mean, look, at least the general public is safe. Maybe he belongs in a hospital, not a maximum security prison. And it's just, he just offed his landlord. It's like often a CEO of a United Healthcare or something. Like, they're not people, they're landlords. Like, look, I told Michelle the other day, the thing is, there's a lot of people, they said about George W. Bush, when he ran his campaign, there was that lady down there in Texas, and, she said, George, something to the effect of, look, you were born on third base, but, you're kind of strutting out here like you're the one that hit a triple or something like that. But look, it's more like you didn't build that. You didn't build that. Or something. Anyway. What's this? Talking about politicians. Arn says, since I'm not an American, well, Arn, can I grant you honorary American citizenship? Honorary? It's decorative only. It's ornamental, carrying no legal weight in any way, and I'm in no way representing it to be as such. However, I would like to offer you a did I just, what was I going to say? Ornamental? An honorary American citizenship. How about that, Arn? I keep trying to get you Canadians, all you Canucks, get you down here. Escape that. Canada. Please fix Canada. Anyway, you say you're not American, but Carney's been screwing up the trade deal with the USA. He sold you down the road to bankruptcy with every lie he's told. Yeah. And your last guy, Trudy, he didn't do much better for you at all. Hizzy says he's sane enough to flee, though, right? Oh, yeah. I didn't finish his story. He just offs his landlord. Then, not guilty. He's insane. Well, at least he'll be in a state hospital, so he can't hurt anybody else. Oh, wait. They let him go. They gave him a 2-day pass. Hey, crazy guy that can't be held responsible for being crazy and violent. Why don't you go run free for 2 days, 48 hours? Cool. Yeah, let the crazy violent guy out, and he's gone. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take that deposit from you. Going to go ahead and invest it in a couple of mutual funds, and it's gone. What? And it's gone. That was a South Park. It was the Margaritaville episode. Maybe it was a 2-parter. Nothing explained the housing crash better than the Margaritaville episode of South Park. Please watch it. It's so good. Here's my auto pen. Should I do an impression of somebody with a mustache? Oh, this is insane. By the way, I'm allergic to cats. That's such a weird caveat. I love the guys, but I'm petting them and I kicked up all the danders, so bear with me here. There's my auto pen. Look, this question here from Hizzy. Look, it says, oh, wow. Citizenship directly from Satoru. I mean, Obama, whatever name you want to give me. My dad was either from Kenya or Frank Marshall Davis. Or maybe I was born in Kenya and came out to Hawaii and then got a certificate of live birth, which is, by the way, is not a birth certificate. That's, just kind of saying, look, we're a hospital and we will designate that on this date, we're certifying that a human being exists. It doesn't say I was born in Hawaii, but I got a certificate of a live birth. It's a little different. But if you look, if you decided to bring that topic up, we would call you a birther. And it's a great way to shut up those, look, Joe Biden told me the other day, hey, Barrick. He likes to call me Barrick. I don't know what's wrong with that guy, but he says, look, you would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those pesky kids. And it's complicated. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, that's interesting. Arn says, I only care about all you fine Americans. And the rest of the idiots in the world are just sleepwalking straight for the cliff of doom. Many folks in various chats are folks I've come to know and trust. Hold on. Obama was born in before Christ time? He's immortal. Uh-oh, Raggy. Anyway, I digress. So he let this guy out for 48 hours and he disappears to Tajikistan. I don't even know what Tajikistan is. I literally know nothing, nobody. I know nothing of Tajikistan. It looks like a Scrabble board fell over and letters just J's and, I don't even know what that is. But that's where that guy fled, the illegal alien that offed his landlord. Awesome. Good job, Virginia. Good job. Spanberger, former CIA asset, right? Yeah. Choose wisely. Deep state dipshit or MAGA patriot. It's not MAGA, it's MEGA. I'm Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. Everything's Israel. Okay. But yeah, choose wisely. Number 1, vote every Democrat into retirement. Step 2, remove any Republican that's more rhino or deep state than you prefer. But you got to eliminate every Democrat in office through the ballot box and then clean up the Republican Party. You do it in that order. You don't bail on Trump because something's better. That was Scooby-Doo mixed with Tucker Carlson. Anyway, let's keep it going. James O'Keefe says Cam Higby's TikTok account has just been permanently banned. The Minnesota vouching story is so big that it's being censored. Are we back in 2020? 17 million likes, and they shut his account down. The New American Media asks, why isn't TNAM on TikTok? It kind of feels like, why bother? If that's what they're going to be doing. Okay, check this out. Newsmax reporting. I love this picture that they used. It's a great picture. Harmeet Dillon. DOJ election workers. Oh, here's one. And for those of you in Rio Linda, California, I'm holding here in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers a report saying the Justice Department Yeah, it's a little bit of Rush. I need to listen to Rush before I do his impression. But I like saying in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers, I love pulling a piece of paper. And for those of you in Rio Linda, California, there's a little Obama in the Rush, actually. I don't know if that's goofy, but I think there's a little Venn diagram overlap in those. Anyway, Department of Justice will be sending approximately 1,000 election monitors to the polls for the midterms, according to Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, Harmeet Dillon. The New American Media writes, got to pump those up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up. How about get 2,000 people? Oh, you love that sound? What, the one of pulling a piece of paper? Yeah, what does that mean? Rushdie? Okay, you got to explain this one. Ortho says, I posted TNAM on the gas pump today. What does that mean? Do we have stickers? I don't know what's going on. But tell me, I'm very curious. Yeah, it's nice that 1,000 election monitors are going to the polls for midterms, but those are rookie numbers. Double it. Just double that. You don't like it? Triple down. But it's a start. Speaking about tripling down, what about 6-to-1 double the triple down for 6-to-1? Karen Bass says if you donate to her campaign, the city will match your donation 6-to-1. You donate $5, the city turns it into $35. Our campaign is powered by you. Oh my God, and it links to Act Blue, one of the biggest, allegedly, illicit money laundering rings in the entire country. Richard Grinnell says, this is outrageous. It doesn't even make sense. They're treating our elections like a cake raffle, whatever that is. I love that this person, in their first thought, already second-guessed their thought and goes, I don't know, whatever that is, whatever a cake raffle is. Instead of editing it, they just went stream of consciousness. If I could triple like a tweet, I would do that. Oh, you love the sound of the horse neighing. I totally forgot I did that. It's part Scooby-Doo. His is a little bit more like, and then the horse will be like, but somewhere in there, it's kind of the same. Well, welcome to my late night vocal impersonation seminar. My name's Brian Engelman, your humble bartender and impressionist, aspiring impressionist. Any more caffeine in there? Anyway, I digress. Oh, okay. You're all saying the neighing. Okay. Oh, was it graffiti? Hizzy's asking Ortho, did you write TNAM on a gas pump? What? I don't recall asking you to do that, but I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Dean is saying Ortho's creative and he made his own sticker. You got to tag us on X if something like that is occurring. Tag us on X at American_media_. Okay, so we don't hate Karen Bass enough. Ugh. Hey, here's another one we don't like that much. Newsmax reporting former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says those closest to Joe Biden during his 2024 re-election campaign should have spoken up sooner about his mental acuity and shared what they knew about his condition. Let me censor. I can't. Nancy Pelosi, fuck you. There's no appropriate way to hold decorum and deal with a Nancy Pelosi trying to pretend like she was duped by Joe Biden having lost his marbles. You and your deep state party. Wasn't Pelosi basically behind getting every other Democrat nominee to drop out simultaneously. Remember that? Pete Buttigieg and the rest. They had to defeat Bernie again. Remember, they rigged 2016 against Bernie Sanders. It was the billionaires. I think Bernie Sanders is a little bit kind of like Larry David. He's a little bit like Larry David. I gotta kind of figure out how guff I want to make that. It's a little Larry David. Larry's a little whinier, kind of. I think Bernie's a little more guff. But screw you, Pelosi. She got everybody to drop out at once so they could take their two least popular people in their primaries. The only person less popular than Joe Biden, you guessed it, Kamala Harris. And she rallied them all together because Nancy Pelosi, if anything, she was effective at wielding power and getting people to fall in line. Joe Biden. They ran him till the wheels fell off. And then they handed the nomination to someone who no Democrat primary voter voted for. Nobody voted for Kamala. And they just handed it to her. If this Newsmax report is correct, when Skeletor is gone, she's irrelevant. And that's a version of gone. Irrelevant is a version. Just how stupid do they think we are? I mean, let them think that we're this stupid. We're not. Some people are. We're not. Not this audience. You guys are smart. If you weren't smart, you wouldn't be hanging out here. Dummies need not apply. Go hang out elsewhere. Also, go check out yesterday's program. Democrats refuse to hand over voter rolls to the Department of Justice. Will SCOTUS rule for America? We'll see how that story shakes out. John Stossel reports, this is great. Mississippi improved their reading score so much, people call it the Mississippi Miracle. And he explains how they did it. Bravo. That's how you do it. Just fix it. You got broken stuff, fix it. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear whining. Just get to work, fix it, make it better. So check out that 6-minute report with John Stossel. Good job. Oh, is this a debate with Amy Acton, or is this Vivek talking about Amy Acton? Ohio has a big vote for governor. It's a very important race. What's Vivek saying? This is with Stephanie Stock and Jennifer Gross. Okay.
Now she says the public doesn't remember this is half a decade ago. Maybe I'll just tell them it was 50% in the first year of the pandemic. That's insane. That would be like Ebola.
But in those early days, the mortality rate was 50%. I started with that in March. We were actually working on things in January.
Now she says
she's a nutter. She worked with Ohio Governor Mike DeWine to shut that place down. By the way, did anyone forget to when you're talking to the American people, you gotta point the thumb. When you do the chippity chop, it's not smart. You gotta lead with the thumb. That's what she said. You gotta lead with the thumb. That's what she said. I forget about Bill Clinton. That's a voice I like to do. But then when I start doing Obama, then everything starts to feel like I'm doing an Obama impression. Yeah, in the early days. You know what they did? President Trump put two military, what was it? Two Navy hospital boats or something on the Pacific on the West Coast, on the East Coast, and nobody used them because nothing was overflowing. They got their fake numbers by sending sick people into an old folks home so that it could ravage through there and off a bunch of 90-year-olds. And then they could get massive numbers and flashing red lights on CNN nonstop. 50%. 50%. Yeah, if you were in one of Cuomo's death camps, putting COVID-infected people into the elderly homes. You know, I just pray to God, calling out to Jesus Christ, to every one of the angels listening. This planet is in a desperate need of legal ramifications for the barbarity, the butchery, the malevolence of the people involved in COVID from top to bottom. Top to bottom. You know, I'm not going to rehash it here. I'm not going to go on and on about it. You know that I blame the medical industrial complex for taking my brother's life and that my mother went out at the very beginning of COVID. I'm not going to get into all that again. There's some subjects, and I've said this before, like someone would ask, like, does it bother you? Or, you know, wasn't that painful or something? Or, you know, I'll just go, it only hurts if I think about it. You know, I don't go around thinking about the worst things all day. Dear Lord, Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, all of you archangels, please give us a Department of Justice that's going to rain down legal repercussions to the people who perpetrated COVID on us. Amy Acton said 50%. 50%. Ohio, vote wisely. Do not vote for Amy Acton. Vote for Vivek Ramaswamy.
But in those early days, the mortality rate was 50%. I started with that in March. We were actually working on things in January.
Now she says
Yeah. Huh? No, I lived through it. I'm a native Ohioan. Screw you, Amy Acton. No, don't let any of these people forget. Don't vote Democrat anywhere. And if you want a better Republican next time around, work a little harder in the primaries and still go out and vote against every Democrat. It's that easy. Hey, speaking about time to completely destroy the Democrat Party in the midterms. What does Speaker Mike Johnson have to say about it?
It's a fascinating thing to see the Democrat Party. They're in the midst of now an open civil war, truly. They don't know who they stand, what they stand for, who stands with them. They don't have a leader. They're kind of a rudderless ship. But and
it is sad to see people bailing on MAGA, you know, like the names you've listed. You can add Nick Fuentes. You can add, who else is like famously officially off the Trump train right now? Are we missing anybody? Like, were they ever really on it in the first place? I think Alex was on at some point. I think so. Ben. Keep going, Mike.
thing that is so, I think, alarming. Let me use that word, alarming.
But anyway, the point I was making is that Mike Johnson is talking about the splintered Democrat Party. But let's not forget, MAGA has been splintered. And I think it was dropping bombs in Iran and the appearance that he was covering up Epstein. And maybe that BB has Trump by the balls and he's walking him around on a dog leash. It got several prominent Trump-leaning people to come out very vocally against. It's not helpful. But luckily, the Democrats are imploding and splintering even worse, it seems.
For the American people is that you have open Marxists who are winning primaries in that party. Hakeem Jeffries is the top leader, the Democrat leader in the House, but he lost his slate of candidates in his own backyard. Several weeks ago, you saw Mamdani endorsed a slate of radical, far-left candidates, DSA, approved and endorsed candidates, and they all won. And one of those races was in the Bronx, in Hakeem Jeffries' own backyard. So he's having a challenge inside his own camp, and this is an alarming thing for everybody, because the challenge is coming from people who, they put their platform out, they published it. They want to abolish the border. They want to abolish all prisons in America. They want to abolish the U.S. Senate. They want to remove the president. They want to expand the House and make it a unicameral governing body over the country. Why? Because they believe that over 2 or 3 cycles, they'll be able to bring a wave of Marxist communists into the Congress and take it over. And when we get to that stage, you know what they want to do? Take away and assume the means of production to the government. That means no more private property ownership. That means the small business owners across America who provide jobs and opportunity for people will be taken over by the government. It's a dangerous game.
Oh, yeah. Super dangerous. Vote them all into retirement. Tina says, I thought that was my feral cat outside. I got a feral cat inside. But yeah, Bean, I did say that. Ben was the leader of the others, so he got named Ben. And yeah, Ben is my final gato that I got here. I got my final gato. So there's that. Thought it was my feral cat outside. Really, I was looking around. Sorry for that. He's just being very needy right now. But yeah, Mike Johnson's right. They are imploding. What did I miss? The Dearborn thing. Is there much to say with Dearborn? There were supposed to be bikers, and some bikers came, and there was just some back and forth. Was there a big story? I don't know if there was a big story about I think they're coming from Sturgis. They went to Dearborn, Michigan. I saw that in chat. I don't know. I didn't really see anything super time set.
It's
I don't know.
a fascinating thing.
I don't know if there's too much to say about it. General Jack Kern, retired, talks about the USS Lincoln. I've never seen such misrepresentation in the media of the actual facts that took place. It's insulting to these troops. They've been there for a really long time, standing tall, representing the U.S., and this is what they do. What they volunteered to do. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. By the way, yeah. Hang on, let me scroll this.
What is it, 200 days?
Trump told Hegseth to reduce the South Korea drills, trying to de-escalate or trying to form some partnerships over there with his buddy Kim Jong, Kim Jong-un. I don't quite get that story. And then Trump in this post says that he asked, I almost went into my Trump. He asked them to help denuclearize Iran, and they said no, completely unrelated. I'm like, what is going on with Iran, with North Korea? But also there's some story about some boat and sailors are jumping. Do you hear him? Guys, I don't know what to do. But luckily, this is like the final story I had in my stack. I'll probably do a longer show tomorrow. We'll double it up. I'll put some more Instagram posts out there, and we'll cover some more stories. But it feels like this whole they don't have food on the boat, and they're all jumping off. Really? I just find it hard to believe. Do we have credible evidence that this is a real thing? I don't think it is a real thing. So I haven't really been covering it. What am I supposed to talk about? Anyway, General Jack Keane is saying they're just horribly misrepresenting what's going on. But if there's more info, I'll cover it later. Folks, I want to thank you for hanging with me in the evening. This was fun. This was just, every time You know what tonight was? It was driving when you're maybe, you might be having a carb coma, a sugar crash. You might just, you might need some caffeine or nicotine or fresh air or some water. Or just the drive is monotonous. Like it's like that 17-hour drive you have to make across Texas. And it's like you drive from sunup to sundown and you're still in Texas and you're like, you just make that noise. Everything's flat and dusty and smells like gasoline or oil or cow manure. Yeah, you get a nice blend of either cow manure or gasoline. And look, nothing but love to my Texas peeps. For real. The Republic of Texas is super important. But tonight's show was a little bit like when you're driving and maybe the eyelids are getting heavy or something, and you hit the rumble strips and you go, and you go, and you course correct, but then you veer the other way and it goes, and you go, okay. Whether it was Bean yelling in the back so loud that Dina, right, thought that it was your feral cat outside, or whether it was one of my 32 impressions that I did tonight. Every time we started veering off the road, we grabbed the wheel and yanked it back up onto the road. We're not going off-roading today. I did the best I could with what I had in the moment, folks. Ortho says, we like it that way. It's better at night? Why is it better at night? Thank you, Ortho. Another great show. Rob saying it's been a great show. But here, let me put your comments up. Tell me, are there any stories that I didn't cover that you'd like to have covered? Ortho says Texas is the only state. Hey, where's Unholy Hoax? Did he bounce out? Is he still here? He's in Texas. I hung out with Unholy Hoax in person in Texas. How about that? So look, the viewers know I'm real. I'm not CGI. Would you have this disheveled hair if you were CGI? Brett Baer, the robot news reporter, doesn't have. He has perfect Lego hair. Look, when I do this, you can see my green screen behind me. Wait, what did I just do? There we go. How does it work? I got to narrow my elbows. What's that joke you try to? But you can't touch your elbows behind your back together. What? I can't. Oh, you. Texas is the only state in the union that is allowed by federal law to fly our flag. Why won't this show? I've clicked it 3 times. There we go. At the same level as the United States flag, all others must fly theirs 3 foot below the U.S. What about in Somalia, where they hang the Somalian flag? Hey, they've conquered. Look at me. This is my state now. Oh, is it? MFer, is it? Okay. Look at me. Dearborn is mine now. Oh, is it now? Okay. Okay. We fly different flags. Oh, do you? Isn't that special? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well. Mm-hmm. Isn't that special? Arnold saying smart folks will leave the big cities and survive out in the mountains, providing they are healthy and resourceful. Yaman. I love the fact that. Yeah, someone asked about Kenneth earlier. I started saying something, and maybe Ben started meowing at me. Kenneth and Trash Panda. And it's so funny. The one day, we were talking in the show, and we were talking about. I brought up Trash Pandas, how we knock over the garbage cans, we rifle through the rubbish of the day's news, and he made a graphic with like a real panda knocking over a trash can or something, and I go, no. Can you jump up? You jump up? Well, you came all the way. Come on. he made a graphic with an actual panda. And I said, no, it's a raccoon. It's not a, and we laughed and laughed and laughed. God, that was fun. But, so Trash Panda's an early morning guy, and so is Kenneth. I think Mondays and Tuesdays are not good for Kenneth. But yeah, Trash Panda and Kenneth are usually morning people. So I don't know that we'll ever get them in the evenings, which stinks because they're like two of our best regulars. Speaking of which, final call. My shift is over. I'm sliding you your tab for tonight's program. $0 and free cents, of course. But there is a tip line at the bottom if you'd like to write anything in. I just stand on the street corner playing songs on the guitar. And if you like what you hear, consider tossing something into the empty guitar case. You can sign up to become a monthly subscriber on Patreon, Rumble, or YouTube. You can drop Rumble rant tips, super chat tips. Oh, good grief. Wait a minute. Tonight's show has been almost totally off the rails. I want to say thank you to Liberty Tango. I saw a super chat come through, and I meant to mention a thank you. Where the heck did that go? Like I said, I am, look, here it is. God, that was many minutes ago. Tango Liberty, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you know what I appreciate? Well, I appreciate the gesture, but then I also appreciate that gesture can sometimes lead to a follow-up gesture. A reminder to somebody else, you know what? I could drop a Rumble rant tip or a super chat in there. Why not? I'm having a good time. You know, and I'll tell you what, we're not going to spend it. Remember how Doge day after day was reporting the billions of dollars being wasted? It was being money laundered, of course. But it's like, yeah, we need a trans comic book for Siberian orchestras. Oh my God, that was really funny. Or I'm slap happy. Which one is it, guys? Because if you haven't seen Trans-Siberian Orchestra, please go see them this season. Once again, they're not a sponsor. They should be. They put on one of the better shows. They are professional. They do Carol of the Bells. Oh, it's great light show. Great performances. Great. Just, it's excellent. Go see it. But yeah, Doge would be like, wow, looks like they spent $53 million on a trans comic book for Siberian orchestras. Go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They're fantastic. But my point is, I'm not going to waste it like all of that in Doge. All of your super chats and Rumble rants, man. I pay the electric bill with them. I pay the X yearly fees. I pay corporate taxes. All of your support goes right back into the business. The monthly business of just living your life for 30 more days. And you're like, ugh, okay, got it. But yes, I just want to say thank you, Tango Liberty 1776. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, one more thought. What's this talk about Alberta becoming the 51st state? Washington is its own independent country, like the Vatican and London. One is a religious center. One is an economic center. Yeah, Alberta wants to swing over. Right? Alberta has, Alberta Arnold. You're the one with all the gas and oil and the shale and the fracking and the drilling. And the rest of those commie bums in Canada want to steal all your resources and redistribute it to H-1B visa holders from Pakistan and India and Mogadishu for some reason. Like, it's got to be the melting pot of the world, which means they're just going to try to steal your stuff. If you're producing a bunch of oil and energy revenue in your state, they just want to take it from the big federal government and redistribute it to from each in their ability to those according to their need, whatever that commie crap is. Well, Brian, there's always Western Union. There's always Western Union. Yes, there is. And all you would ever have to do is tell me in chat and say, check your email with another confirmation number, and I'll run up there and do it again. I won't specifically ask you, but yeah, if you ever you're feeling so inclined, I can run up to Western Union again. That worked. So does Venmo, Cash App at Brian Engelman, PayPal, fuzzinstallment@yahoo.com, etc. But yes, everybody, thank you so much. Ortho says Rush liked Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They're so good. God, are they good. And Mannheim Steamroller. Do you hear the feral cat? I'm going to go pay attention to Mr. Bean. It's been a long day, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Signing out on behalf of everybody out there in the TNAM universe. I appreciate you. I love you. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Your guide to the truth. TheNewAmericanMedia.com.